following presentation of the National Football League.
A look there inside a Hard Rock Stadium in South Florida. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins.
Welcome to the field, your 2025 Miami Dolphins.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Evan McPherson getting this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Once again, it's Achane. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a third down and 4. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Tua now on third down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will score. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hours spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right at the gates, it's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Riley Patterson now to have the extra point. His kick is good. The Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead.
Bengals nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Charlie Jones now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here come the Bengals. And, Greg, there is no denying the talent of this man. Joe Burrow led the league in passing yards and touchdowns a season ago.
We're looking at one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league. And really, Mike, it's not just post-snap with the arm talent and the ability to make every throw, but it's even what he's able to do before the ball is snapped. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. Remember, coming off an injury-shortened season just a year ago, he's looking to prove he's still an elite quarterback in the NFL.
He'll find Chase. That's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Burrow here on second down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's clear whenever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
It's 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. A pickup there of 13. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Gesicki, the man in motion. A first down throw for Burrow. Short one into the hands of Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Burrow, RPO, get it to Chase. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
First down throw there is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Second down, Burrow. This one complete to Higgins. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this.
Wrap around
It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on first and goal. Under pressure, now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. Jordan Brooks in there for the sack, worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
It's back at the 8 now for second and goal. Gesicki, the man in motion. Now a second down throw for Burrow. His throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
Third and goal. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrows from out of the gun here on third down. Oh, the ball's out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Fourth down, and the Bengals will bring in Evan McPherson for the field goal try. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and the Bengals are on the board. It's 7-3. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Micah Fitzpatrick.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
At the 27-yard line, a 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll let one go down the middle. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. It's a gain of 49.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Derek, harder that time. There to make the play.
It's second and 8.
From the 22 now, here's second and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Achane, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Tua. He's got it inside the 5. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. A-Tag. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, it shoved him backwards.
He was taken down.
Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
2-yard line.
From the gun, here's Tua. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Miami. That's his 2nd touchdown tonight.
I'll tell you what, this offense has come out, and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. He's got it. And the Dolphins move out on top, 14-0.
Bengals nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bengals offense ready for their 2nd possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Open is the tight end, Hudson. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
Now, Burrow. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the 1st half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. They're able now to go down and come away with points. They'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. To throw is Burrow. And caught Gesicki on the right. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. So now the Bengals use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Bengals.
Here's first and 10. Back to throw. Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A wide open receiver downfield. This one is caught. That is a big play for Cincinnati. And even 30 yards.
First down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On first and 10, Burrow. That is caught by the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Bengals.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bengals are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Bengals 7.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. To throw is Tua. We'll get this into the hands of Devon Achane. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. In motion, Westbrook-Ikhine. On first down, Tagovailoa. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw is Tua. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
A really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Find Brown out of the backfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Brings up second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29. Here's second and 3. Now Brown. With good blocking leading the way. He's got the first down inside the 25.
That's another.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the first down.
Set to go now on first and 10. A carry here for Brown. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. It was Tyrell Dodson that time on the tackle. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From the 21, here's second and 8. Burrow. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to cover. In this case, nothing materializes. Tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Fourth down, and the Bengals will bring in Evan McPherson for the field goal try. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. On the return, Malik Washington. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Dolphins offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. In motion, Westbrook-Akine. A run with the fullback in goal. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd down.
Third and long. Tua, give it to Achane. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Charlie Jones deep to return. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Bengals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Burrow to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down. Andre Yosivach was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. That's into the hands of Yosivach. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 19 on that pass play. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
The tight end Fant in motion. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Burrow gonna do this himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
He'll swing this one out to Brown. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Burrow now. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. On the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw them have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it, didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
Second down. Burrow. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Deep to return is Malik Washington. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Play action. Tagovailoa. He'll get this out to the left flat. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And we got a big 3rd down coming up here, Mike. They got a chance with the conversion to possibly get this under the 2-minute warning, put this defense in a position where they have to start using their timeouts.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. First to his right, and he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield, and now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
On the return is Jones. he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Here is 1st and 10. They go play action for Burrow. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. A quick slant taken by Chase. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Burrow and his favorite target, Chase, for the Cincinnati 1st down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Brown. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Short one into the hands of Gesicki.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
1st and 10.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another Bengals 1st down. 1st and goal.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Here we go. 1st and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout. The clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time, but what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game.
14.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchdown.
35-yard line.
And some money, y'all. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, we run it down.
This is 1st and 10. A pistol set with Tagovailoa. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here comes 2nd down. In motion, it's Waddle. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll get this out wide. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 yards.
Now 4 seconds left, and we get a timeout call.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. One last throw here for Tua. A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot on the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, and this one will come to an end. So this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from South Florida.